I think that when it comes to any school, everyone always fits into a certain category. There's popular kids, nerds, jocks, loud kids, you get the gist. What category did I fit in? I was the quiet kid. The lonely, quiet kid who couldn't speak up at all. Having this quality has made my high school experience a lot less fun, and even though I'm way more comfortable sitting alone without any interaction, part of me wants that feeling of close friendship. I'm trying my best to push myself out of my comfort zone, but outside that comfort zone holds questionable experiences because everyone is just so strange. It makes me wonder what goes on in these people's heads. To be fair, in elementary school, I used to be just like that because everyone was like that. But I think it makes way more sense in an elementary school because that place is filled with 5 to 13-year-olds. But it just doesn't hit right when it's high school. I, however, do wish that I still had at least some elementary school friends to go to the same high school as me, but it didn't happen. So I was all alone in a new place with complete strangers and had difficulties talking to anyone. Is this what it feels like to be the new kid at school? Since my parents were also aware about the whole new school feeling, they wanted to give me some advice for making new friends since, yeah, they know I suck at social interaction. They tell me, you don't need many friends, but you need to find friends that will always be there for you. You see, I am taking their advice, but am I finding any friends who are willingly wanting to hang out with a loner like me? Hardly. I don't fully blame myself for my misfortune, but what also supports the fact that making friends in high school is so difficult for me is just the people I've met at this place. Although I am very much aware that everyone is different in their own ways, I can't see it that way through my perspective. I just felt like I didn't fit in because everyone was into TikTok and the latest news, and everyone was getting out there, meeting friends and attending events with their buds, and just being so full of energy. Me, I just watch YouTube, draw, and play video games for 24 hours straight. You may be wondering, what do I mean by questionable experiences because everyone was just so strange? Questionable experiences because everyone is just so strange. Well, during lunchtime, I'm always hanging out with a certain group of people all the time, and let me tell you, I wish I never heard most of these things. And I'm not being involved in these conversations by force. I just end up hearing them a lot because I'm observant. A lot of the time, I can pay attention to little things more than the big things. As an example, if I'm looking at a painting, I don't pay most of my attention to what the whole painting conveys. I pay more attention to how the painting was conveyed. If I look at the little details, I can see how the artist was able to create the full picture rather than just taking a quick glance at it and care more about what I saw first. But back to the original topic, I'll always end up overhearing a conversation that I shouldn't hear. What topics do I hear the most and disgust me in many ways? There are things like homophobia/homosexuality jokes, explicit material like sexual activity, and jokes about races, like emphasizing the differences between black people and the rest of the world. I don't get it at all. Why are people making jokes about hating gay people yet act gay at the same time like it's funny? It isn't. I'm hoping that all of these are satirical and my classmates are just doing it for fun. Even if it is for fun, it's incredibly weird and rude for adolescents around my age to act and say things like this. Oh, enough about those guys. I'm gonna wrap my head around the entire school to show how chaotic it really is. And not to be stereotypical or anything, but I can easily demonstrate how each of my classmates act and are like based on my observation through this pie chart. For the guys, 60% of them are jocks. They're athletic, obnoxious, and PE pretty much sums up what they're good at. In fact, PE is probably the only subject they're good at. 30% are the annoying ones. They may or may not be good at PE, but most likely are. But regardless, they always talk during class when they're not supposed to, and are just downright ignorant. I would lose my mind if I had to spend a night with these people. And the last 10% are the normal/quiet ones. It's not common to find a guy like this, but these people are where I'm at. I may not be friends with them, but at least they're not annoying. For the girls, this one is a bit more interesting, considering that they can be a lot more versatile depending on who I'm talking about. 35% of them are athletic. Despite what they are as a person, they're really good at sports, and are mainly known for being good at sports. They aren't closely as annoying as the guys, but not the type of thing I'd be interested in. 50% of them are pretty casual, but are incredibly TikTok obsessive. I think we can all agree that TikTok is terrible and should be removed from the internet. I would never hang out with these people because TikTok is a gateway to losing brain cells, and I want to make it through high school with at least as much brain power as I had since I came here. The last 15% are the normal ones. Now these people are probably the only people I'd be able to make friends with realistically, because they're pretty general and care a lot more about school than anything. Just like me. I don't know why, but actually I do know why, but most of my friends that I've made in school, even in elementary, most of the friends that I've made were girls. In fact, I used to have a group of male friends and female friends, and who did I rather spend my time with? The female friends, because they're more tolerable and are more enjoyable to hang out with. I'm starting to see a bit of that girls are better spark in high school, which is definitely interesting to consider because that's what I went through in the past. Although I'm happy to at least have made some connections with my classmates, I do hope that that continues in the future, as it'll definitely boost my confidence, and I wish to achieve more of that in time ahead of me. But no matter what I say, I'll forever be labeled as the quiet kid.